Hey, Robert, nice to have you today for my little interview.
Hi, Francie. Nice to be here.
Great. So I have a situation for you where I think you can answer really good. Imagine you're working in a company where you have a lot of data that is being generated and stored, and you have several ideas already what to do with it. But the thing is, you don't really know where to start and how to select the best idea. Do you have any recommendations what to do in this situation?
Yes, that's actually a situation where many of our clients are in. So basically, every organization nowadays is applying or having some form of digital systems, and through that generating data and asking themselves this question. And when an organization is at exactly this point of thinking, okay, where do I start? We always recommend to start with an opportunity exploration. That means you sit down, ideally together with the business departments and with the data unit if you have it, or with an IT responsible, and you collect and write down all the opportunities that you see that you could do with data. So, for example, if you're in an insurance company, you might have an idea that you can reduce the churn by better identifying who will probably churn. You can maybe improve the conversion rate of new clients by providing or offering the right insurance to the right person. And there might be many more ideas that you have at that point in time. And what you basically do is you write them down and you think about how valuable are these opportunities to me. So what would be the monetary value, or maybe also what's carbon footprint reduction, depending on what value means for you, or what is best for the user satisfaction or the client satisfaction. And then you rank your ideas and think roughly about, okay, now I have these ideas ranked by value. So how more or less feasible are they? How could I actually realize them on a technical level? And of course, at this point in time, you cannot go too deep. So you would do it based on a rule of thumb assessment together with your technical experts. And at the end of that, you go for the one opportunity that brings you some first value that you can realize within a couple of months, ideally. And with that, you start. And with that, you go into a more detailed discovery. And many organizations do the mistake. They start with many opportunities, or they start with a solution right away. But no, we say, instead of going into the solution space directly, first start with the opportunities.
Okay, so 2 questions on that. If you have to describe very easily what is actually an opportunity, and who would take part in a discussion like this?
So an opportunity is something that solves a problem or fulfills a desire of the business, and does not yet include let's say, the solution or the technical aspect. So when I said that I want to better anticipate churn and through that reduce the churn rate, then that would be a proper definition of an opportunity. And you need to have sitting together in this round those people having the problems, those people having the desires, so the business departments. And the data unit or data responsibles are more a facilitator in this discussion.
So you also discussed already how feasible, for example, an opportunity is?
Yes, you touch it. You slightly touch it. Okay. So you do not yet say, or many do the mistake. They say, hey, I want to use now generative AI. I want to have an eye tracker that would be super nice, or I would like to do something with AI. So they start with a solution because they heard about it and they think it's super valuable. But in the end, implementing a great solution will not give you any value by itself. It will only give you value if it realizes an opportunity. So you should start with the opportunity, and then you can see which technology will be the best for it. And if in the end, your most valuable opportunity in the beginning is something that can be solved by a simple dashboard, then the simple dashboard is the right way to go. And the more advanced AI use cases can also be done down the road.
Okay, Robert, that was really insightful. One more question on that. How does it work in practice? Because it sounds quite subjective, this value assessment in the first round, but do you come back and look at the opportunities again and then assess them again? And like, is it a loop where you constantly check back? how you performed, or how does it work?
So first of all, you will always have some subjectiveness in evaluating the opportunities, but we try to reduce it as much as possible by putting different opportunities into a relation and by having several people from the business sitting together and discussing about how valuable is something. So we reduce it to a certain extent. And yes, you are completely right. It's not something that I would just do once and then I have my backlog filled with great ideas and opportunities for the next years. But it's something that you do on a recurring basis. So for example, on a quarterly basis. When you do it the first time, of course, you will need more time because you start from zero and you will fill the backlog the first time. Then in the quarters afterwards, you will iterate on that. And to make it really very easy to grasp, imagine having a workshop, half a day, asking everybody to write down their 3 most important opportunities that could be realized through data. They present it, we prioritize it with stickers. What are the most interesting ones? We describe them together in more detail. And then in the end, those that were most interesting, we put them on a matrix with the axis of the value and the feasibility. And then based on this axis, we actually see, okay, whatever is on the top right, that's probably the one to focus on. To give you some picture you can put in your head of how this looks like.
Yeah, that's really good. It sounds like a proper hands-on workshop where really a lot of people take part and you really discuss together what is the most valuable and best feasible opportunity to implement. So I really like this approach because it puts more like the theory into practice in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it's also maybe I can share 1 or 2 insights from the client work. This sounds simple and it sounds quite logical.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, so why, I mean, people could ask, okay, well, what's special about it? At the same time, it is a major shift in thinking for most organizations. Because most organizations really say, hey, dear data unit, I want this model, I want this data set, I want this dashboard, and please build it for me. And they don't start with thinking about what's the opportunity. And we had workshops in which the clients then said, well, this is great. This is a new way of thinking for us. We never thought about this in this way about IT and data by first defining the value and what exactly we want to achieve and then just delivering it. And this is, in our point of view, crucial to have in the end a deliverable that people actually use and to create value from data, which is our key vision and call it Mindfuel.
Oh, okay. To me, it sounds like you take a step back and you really ask yourself, why am I doing what I'm doing? You know, instead of like, oh, just do that and focuses on the what, and you can do it with a dashboard or whatever, instead of like, okay, what do we actually want to solve? What problem?
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.